Finally, we got it! Naruto's long-awaited Baryon mode. Now, if you aren't a manga reader, then you're probably wondering what this new form even is. Just know it's powerful and would allow Naruto to destroy just about anyone, which makes me think Kurama? My guy, you couldn't bring this up any sooner. You know how many times Naruto almost lost? Sakura was pumping his heart, for crying out loud. Now, I know the side effects of this transformation are deadly, but what if Naruto used this desperation move against all the foes he's fought over the years? Would the outcome of these fights change? Let's find out. The first time Naruto took on Deidara, Naruto found himself in some trouble. Enraged over the capture and apparent unaliving of his fellow Jinchuriki and friend Gaara, Naruto allowed himself to get caught in some sticky situations that, if it wasn't for Kakashi, would have led to his capture as well. In that fight, we all know what went down. Naruto lost control and nearly obliterated the artist, and would have done it if Deidara didn't switch himself out with one of his clones. Unfortunately, this time, his annihilation is more than certain. Yes, I know, art is an explosion, but there's nothing Deidara could create that would damage the 7th Hokage. Also, there would be zero opportunity for a sneak attack. In Naruto's fight with Ishiki, Naruto could sense Ishiki's black rods before they were enlarged, allowing him to dodge them effortlessly. Those little clay spiders Deidara creates would be spotted easily in this case. Also, with Naruto's ability to sense nature energy, Deidara can't escape using his self-destruction clone again. Without anyone to help slow Naruto down, there is no escape for the rogue ninja. Your art is now a dud. Kakuzu vs. Naruto. The iconic moment of Naruto using Rasen Shuriken for the first time will live rent-free in my mind forever because of the technique's destructive power. It's too bad for Kakuzu that the Rasen Shuriken is the least of his worries now, because in the rematch between Kakuzu and Naruto, Kakuzu stands no chance. For one, Naruto at the time of their first bout was a novice compared to the Naruto we know and love today. For example, at that time he just learned the true potential of his shadow clones and created his own version of the Rasengan. Today he's a shadow clone master and can combine the Rasen Shuriken with the chakra of the other tailed beasts. With this alone, he can defeat Kakuzu, and with Baryon mode, let's just call it a wash. A key component to Baryon mode is that it can drain the life force of its opponents due to the nuclear fusion of Kurama's and Naruto's chakra. In Kakuzu's case, that is a nightmare, as those extra hearts he has won't mean a thing, besides maybe giving him some more time to think about the next generation of ninja that surpassed him. Wherever there's a Naruto, there's usually a Kabuto lurking around in the distance. Now, amongst fans, I found that many believe that Sage Mode Kabuto could best Sage Mode Naruto due to his ability to constantly absorb nature energy with Jugo's Gekkei Genkai, Tayuya's Genjutsu, which caught Itachi off guard, and more. With that said, you could even say that Kabuto could hold his own against Sage of Six Paths Naruto. However, Baryon Mode is a completely different beast. Now, Baryon Mode's life-stealing abilities would be rendered useless due to Kabuto's advances in improving Orochimaru's living corpse reanimation jutsu and mastery of medical ninju. Also, Kabuto's ability to use Suigetsu Hozuki's hydrification technique would make him pretty hard to hit, since he can liquefy his body to evade attack. However, Naruto overwhelmed Ishiki with his newfound speed that even outclassed Sasuke's Sharingan. A key detail in Naruto and Orochimaru's battle on Tenchi Bridge was one, Orochimaru was barely a match for three-tailed Naruto. Yes, we could say Orochimaru was in a weakened state due to his need for a new vessel, but regardless of that, Naruto blew through one of his strongest defensive jutsus, the Triple Rashomon, with a tailed Beast Bomb. Secondly, as we just mentioned, Orochimaru's body couldn't withstand the need of a vessel. Both of those factors would play a role in this new fight. In the War Arc, Naruto could form multiple tailed beast bombs, which Orochimaru admitted would have ended his life if he took a direct hit. That power has only increased since Shippuden, meaning adult Naruto alone would crush the current Orochimaru. In Baryon mode, there is zero doubt. Orochimaru has seemed to make cloning his forte, and it's likely that his new body is a clone rather than a vessel. Even if that is the case, the life-draining ability that comes with Baryon mode would shorten Orochimaru's lifespan if he wasn't already obliterated by Naruto's power and speed. Itachi Uchiha versus Baryon mode Naruto is a bit of an iffy battle because it could go either way. First, let me say Itachi stands no chance against Baryon Mode's speed and power. One shot and I'm pretty sure that's it. Also, with Itachi's known illness, Itachi doesn't have much life to give. However, the one tool in Itachi's arsenal is Tsukuyomi, which we have no idea if it can be casted on a Jinchuriki or if a Jinchuriki can break out of it. Would this be enough to stop Naruto? I would say probably not, with a big asterisk. Don't get me wrong, Tsukuyomi is a beast of a genjutsu that occurs over a matter of seconds but feels like days. It was enough to take Kakashi out of action. However, its victim must look into Itachi's eyes. With Sage of Six Paths mode, or even Sage mode, Naruto would have the ability to sense nature energy and essentially fight with his eyes closed. Actually, Madara did this exact thing when he was fully revived by using Hashirama's Sage mode. Now this world shall know pain. This line sent shivers down my spine as, in an instant, the entire Hidden Leaf village was blown away. So if these two went at it again, would the Hidden Leaf suffer the same fate? Not likely. At the time of their original battle, Naruto had just mastered Sage mode and Kurama was still a "I'm gonna take over your body" kind of guy. Also, when Kurama nearly did take over, Pain was struggling more and more as more tails were unleashed. So it's pretty easy to say now that Pain stands no chance. At this point in time, Naruto's mastery of Sage mode has only progressed and he has access and control over Kurama's chakra, resulting in Nine-Tails chakra mode. He also has Sage of Six Paths mode, as well as the chakra of the other tailed beast. You add Baryon mode to the mix, it's gonna be Pain that will know pain. Pitting Obito against Baryon mode Naruto would be quite an interesting fight. In terms of power and speed, Naruto takes the win, no questions asked. Nonetheless, there is still a big question that hovers over this fight. Would Naruto even be able to touch him? We ask this because of Obito's Mangekyo Sharingan ability, Kamui. Overall, this technique is one of the most broken of Naruto, and many believe if either Obito or Kakashi had both eyes, they would be unstoppable. With one eye, Obito may be unbeatable in this fight. Obito's eye allows him to teleport himself into the Kamui dimension and make his body intangible. Body intangibility is key because he can maintain this ability for up to 5 minutes. So simply put, if Naruto used Baryon mode, Obito could remain intangible until Kurama's chakra burns out. So that means Obito wins, right? Well, not quite. In this form, Naruto moved at a speed that Ishiki could barely keep up with, meaning if Naruto blitzes Obito and can land a punch before Kamui is activated, its life-shortening effects would take place, resulting in Obito's eventual defeat. We know this is the fight you've been waiting for, Baryon mode Naruto versus Madara. Who takes the win? Well, in my eyes, it depends on when Naruto actually uses Baryon mode. When we look at the fights between Ishiki and Baryon mode Naruto, Ishiki states that Naruto's new form isn't necessarily packing any more power. Naruto's punches feel exactly the same. The only difference is that punches themselves are stealing his life force. So in a fight against Naruto and Madara, Baryon mode needs to be a last resort move to finish the fight. So now it's a question of whether Naruto in his base form could take on Madara, and the answer is yes. Naruto is leagues above where he was when he first took on Madara in power, strength, speed, and ability. Plus, Naruto can actually damage Madara by using Senjutsu, and as we've seen in Boruto, Naruto has picked up some taijutsu tricks from his wife. In this go-around, Naruto will go toe-to-toe with Madara, and when enough damage has been done, Kurama and Baryon mode will seal the deal. Who's up for a bit of fun, huh? What if Naruto took on Koji Kashin? Now, I love the idea of this fight simply because it's like the students going against the master. You know, if fighting your master's clone counts. Can anyone explain how Amato got Jiraiya's DNA anyway? Let's not get into that. Koji Kashin is a beast who's perfect where Jiraiya is flawed. We're not talking about that, but referring to Koji's ability to use Sage mode perfectly. Along with that, he can summon the true flames of Samadhi, defeated Jigen, and was confident that he could defeat Delta. So could Koji stand up to Naruto and his Baryon mode? Sadly, no. While strong, Koji is just a beefed up Jiraiya, which Naruto surpassed years ago. Also, while yes, he did defeat Jigen, he did so when Jigen was weakened, when Naruto's Baryon mode stood up to Ishiki. You know what I respect about Madara? He loved a good fight. He came at you straight up and then embarrassed you along with the rest of the 4th Division of the Allied Shinobi forces. Momoshiki, on the other hand, he's a bit of a dirty player. When Momo first arrived, he forced the 7th Hokage into a hard place. Take the full brunt of a tailed beast bomb or let everyone attending the Chunin exams and likely the Hidden Leaf be destroyed. Of course, Naruto saved everyone, but his sacrifice resulted in him getting half of his chakra taken, meaning he was at half strength when they did battle. The point we are getting to is that even at half strength, Naruto was holding his own against Momoshiki, so it's fair to say that at full power and in Baryon mode, Naruto can do some damage. The fact Momoshiki had to absorb Kinshiki shows that he was already fighting at full strength against a depowered Naruto. He was even surprised that Naruto and crew defeated Ishiki. In this second round fight, Momoshiki stands 0 chance. Delta is an interesting case because she almost beat the 7th Hokage the first go-around. Now, of course, we know Naruto is holding back some to gather intel, but her feats can't go unnoticed. Surprisingly, she was able to go toe-to-toe with Naruto in his Sage of Six Paths mode, besting him in Taijutsu while using her body modifications to up the pressure. Her Destruction Beam was too much for even Naruto's regenerative abilities to keep up with. Also, she had a pretty good handle on Naruto's Rasengan due to her absorption abilities, until she didn't. In the end, Naruto still managed to pull off the win by using her absorption against her, and the same would be said for this new fight. Now, being a cyborg, Baryon mode's life drain effects won't work, but simply the boost in speed and agility would be enough to give Naruto the upper hand. If he doesn't hold back this time, Delta will be nothing more than a pile of bolts. Hopefully, he'll destroy her drone too this time, so she's not brought back to life. Oh wait, Amato got it. Never mind. Boro is a bit of a head-scratcher for me because undoubtedly he's strong. He was able to tank any and all of Team 7's attacks, had a deadly poison up his sleeve that nearly took out our new gang of heroes, and even carried on fighting after having his core destroyed by Sarada's Chidori. However, that's just it. He fought against 3 genin who aren't on Naruto's or Sasuke's level, and then was obliterated by Boroshiki's Rasengan. Based on this argument, we could say Delta is stronger than Boro, who held her own against Naruto, which in that case, Boro doesn't stand a chance. Now, we'll admit, Boro will hold his own for some time. His poison is something Naruto will definitely have to look out for. His body can regenerate even if his head is crushed. Also, his body is wicked tough. However, compared to Team 7, Naruto is on an entirely different level, especially with Baryon mode. Also, Boro doesn't have the ability to absorb chakra, so Naruto could end this fight just as Boruto did, with a Rasengan just as large or larger than his. A new foe has appeared. The challenger is approaching. I wonder who it could be. Code has entered the battle. Code is a bit of an anomaly to the Naruto-verse as fans have yet to see him fight. All we know is that he's the failed vessel to Ishiki. However, failure may not be the right term to use here. Gifted with a white karma, Code has access to all of Ishiki's abilities, which if we're being honest, we have yet to fully see, as Ishiki was resurrected in Jigen's body rather than Kawaki's. Also, the white karma means his body is becoming more Otsutsuki by the day, and his power will continue to rise, which is dangerous. Compared to the rest of Kara, Code is already the strongest next to Ishiki. Even Amato said that Code could defeat Naruto now that he no longer has the 9 tails, and that's great news for him. Too bad Naruto still has 9 tails on our list. Now, Naruto would struggle a bit as Code's strength surpasses Jigen's, but with the boost Baryon mode gives, Naruto would come out on top in the end. Jigen's introduction was quite a shocker to most Naruto fans as we witnessed the complete destruction of our favorite heroes. From the black rods that seemingly appeared from thin air, moving at speeds that made it look like he was teleporting, and shrinking the inextinguishable flames of Amaterasu, Jigen seemed unbeatable. However, he has one weakness, and that is that his body can't hold up. If you didn't know, Jigen is the incompatible host to Ishiki, and the more Ishiki uses his abilities in Jigen's body, the more Jigen's body gives out. This is the prime reason why Koji Kashin was able to put an end to Jigen's hosting duty. Against Naruto's Baryon mode, Jigen's time on this earth would be shortened exponentially due to the form's ability to drain its opponent's lifespan. Also, we can say without a doubt that Naruto in this form could go toe-to-toe with Jigen and defeat him as he seemed to surpass Ishiki. The only thing Naruto would have to worry about is what comes after Jigen falls, because by that time Kurama will pass on, and out of the shadows a god will rise. So I bet you're asking, didn't we just see Naruto lose to Ishiki? Didn't we all just cry our eyes out? We did, but this is a fight we need to talk about again because Naruto could actually win. Here's the facts. In this form, Naruto was able to snatch Ishiki's black rods out of the air before they fully enlarged. Naruto was able to block, dodge, and parry the attacks. Naruto's power, speed, and reflexes were on such a level that Ishiki and Sasuke were shocked. Sasuke could barely keep up. When you go back and really watch this fight, the two go blow for blow like your classic boxing match. The reality is it could have gone either way. So how does Naruto win? Simply put, he needs to land more punches and he needs to somehow avoid Ishiki transporting Kawaki to the battlefield because that's what cost him. That one moment allowed Ishiki to land the finishing punch and get the knockout. If things went the other way, or if Naruto had another minute of time, Ishiki fades away forever. That's 15 wins for Naruto and I guess 15 losses for Kurama, if you know what I mean. RIP, my friend. I'm so curious how powerful Lord Seventh will be now without his tailed beast friend. We'll have to wait and see, and I hope he figures it out soon.